Greetings everyone, you have reached the Black Hillbillies. Today we're going to make potato casserole, and the theme is and telling lies. Well, anyway, we're going to go ahead and get started. I've got reduced fat milk here, and this is of course from Dollar Tree. You know I have to talk about Dollar Tree. And then over here I've got good old macaroni and cheese and golden oil coming all from Dollar Tree. But anyway, let's go ahead and get this show on the road, and just walk away from the camera just a minute. Okay, here we go. I've got my potatoes. Now they're already cooked. I boiled them on the stove, and I used 4 big russet potatoes. And I used russet because they stay together really good, and also they have a great flavor. But anyway, I'm going to fold in a cup of chopped up onions, and I used a medium-sized onion. And I'm going to fold these in. And I'm going to use a cup of milk here, Dollar Tree milk as usual. Now, I want to go ahead and tell you a story about my friend named Betty Jo. Now, we're not friends anymore. You gals know how that goes. But anyway, when I'd see Betty Jo, she'd have the prettiest dresses on. And I'd say, Betty Jo, where'd you get those awful pretty dresses? And she'd always say, well, my husband bought those dresses for me from the ladies' boutique. And I said, well, oh, that must be nice. But then I thought to myself, I knew her husband, and as cheap as he was, he wouldn't even spring for a cold drink and a pack of nabs. But anyway, that's another story for another day. But anyway, folding the onions and the milk in. Well, anyway, a few weeks later, I ended up at Walmart. Now I'm putting in 8 ounces of sour cream, okay? I'm gonna fold this in, y'all. Gotcha. Good old sour cream. Anyway, I was at Walmart, and I just happened to look in the ladies section. There's Betty Jo. So I walked over there a little closer. I didn't say nothing. I didn't want her to know I was there, but I just watched her. She was throwing dresses in that shopping cart the way LeBron James was throwing basketballs in a hoop. And I just stood there, not letting her know I was there. Well, anyway, I said to myself, I could let off a round of cannonballs, and Betty Jo would never know I was there. But anyway, I went out of the store and got home a few days later. Well, there was Betty Jo. And so I saw Betty Jo, and I said, Betty Jo, I said, that's awful pretty dress you got on. Another one that your husband bought you from the ladies' boutique? And she said, yeah. And so I remembered that dress going in that cart at Walmart, y'all. I remember it. So anyway, the little old devil was sitting on my shoulder that morning. And so I wanted to say, yeah, I bet that's a pretty dress your husband bought you from the ladies' boutique. I saw you putting it in there at Walmart. I said it to myself, you know. But, you know, I just can't figure out why people can't be happy with what they got. Why do you have to tell lies about your shoes? You buy a pair of $30 shoes. Well, they're $100. That makes no sense. Well, anyway, I just put my onions and my sour cream in here, and I'm folding it up. Now I'm going to put a half a stick of butter in here, and I'm going to fold that in. Now, I want to tell y'all how good I love onions. I was raised in the South, and every person that's ever been born and raised in the South has got to have an onion in their pantry. Hold your onions up if you got one. I want to see them. Well, anyway, every person that's a real Southerner has an onion in their pantry. Now, if you don't have an onion in your pantry, the onion police will be at your place today. Okay, I hope look for him. Well, anyway, I'm stirring this up, stirring it up real good. I got my half stick of butter, my onions, my sour cream, and my cup of milk in here. Now, I'm going to fold in cheese, American cheese, and I use 16 slices. Now you might want to grade it. Sometime I'll grade mine depending on how I feel, and sometime I don't. You know how that goes. Sometime you're in the mood, sometime you're not. Okay. Gonna put this all in, and I'm gonna fold this in. That cheese looks so good. There's nothing no better. There's something good and fattening to eat. You know, it's another thing with your children. You should always feed your children something like macaroni and cheese, something a little bit fattening, because if you don't, they'll get hungry and they'll go to eating junk. And we don't want that. Okay, now I'm going to get my ham. Okay, I'm folding in 1 whole slice of country ham that I've already fried and cooked and ready to go in. And boy, is it going to let some flavors off. Put those in. We'll fold those in. Let's fold it real good. Real good. And I've set my oven on 400. And you know, people say, well, I don't eat no pork meat. Yeah, I bet. But you think about it, everybody sneaks and eats a little bit of pork sometime. But you'll have those who say they didn't. And that's why we're calling our show today Potato Casserole and Telling Lies. They're just unnecessary. They're just unnecessary to tell things that you're just telling a tale you call a little white lie, but it's a big fat lie. It's just a big old fat lie, and we know it. Now I'm going to fold in a little bit of my Himalayan salt, just a little bit, because you know that ham is salty. That's going to be enough salt. Don't have to put much in that. Just keep on stirring. Well, anyway, I wish Betty Jo the best in her life and all. And I just hope and pray that she will realize that being a good person is not about money and about how much you pay for a dress or a pair of shoes. Look, I don't care what you pay for a dress or a pair of shoes. It means nothing to me, you know, because a dress and a pair of shoes is just a dress and a pair of shoes. So, it means nothing. Now, I'm going to pour this in my dish here. And like I told you, I've already got it set for baking. And now, this is already cooked. It's already cooked. We know that. But what happens is, when we get it in the oven, all these good old things start meshing together and turning brown, golden brown. And it's just so good like that. Now, what we're going to do is leave it in there maybe 10 minutes, maybe even 15, depending on how hot your oven is. But I've got it set on 400. All right, here we go. Back again. Now, this is what your potato casserole. Back again with this great potato casserole. And now I have to retract that 15 minutes. It actually took 25 minutes. And depending on your oven, it could take less. But anyway, this is a great potato casserole. And I hope that you all enjoy it. And stay tuned next time for another great video. Thanks for joining the Black Hillbillies.